Hello, my friends. I want to talk about May 4th and May 5th. Now, usually I do the YouTube shorts, 60 seconds, same thing, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I want to go deeper today because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to what's going on in those 2 days. And I really want to highlight it this week. So, yeah, let's get started. So, what we have going on May 4th and 5th is first off, we'll start off with May 4th. The moon, through most of the day, is moving through Pisces. So that tells us that we want to spend some time on introspection. We want to take some time and just sort of follow the flow of whatever your day is. And I know sometimes our days aren't good and sometimes they are. So just follow that flow throughout the day, all of Saturday. Well, let's say most of Saturday. And this is going to be really important because it's an opportunity to engage in what your spiritual practice is, what meditation, or to engage in something that's creative. And the purpose of that is to smooth over the rough edges. You know, life is challenging in a lot of different ways for all of us in our ways. And to have the moon in the sign of Pisces for most of Saturday, May 4th, this is your opportunity to sort of relax and chill and move and just move with the flow. We're in the end lunar phase because the next new moon is on May 7th. So we're in the final lunar phase this weekend as well. And it's not just about this. That final lunar phase, let's be clear, represents a period as well of inner reflection and surrendering and spending time alone. I know we can't all spend time alone, again, your current life circumstances, but I want you to find a way to get that peace within you, even if it's just in short, intermittent time frames. Okay. This is what most of Saturday is about. Now, right around 5 p.m. Eastern, the moon shifts into Aries. That shifts our focus because then we feel like we want to take some action, and I want you to as well. But if there's been too much noise, it's hard for you to tell what to act on, right? How to take that action. And so the important thing about this, and there's a bigger point coming. So, but the important thing about the moon now in Aries by about 5 p.m. Eastern time is that we want to take some steps forward. And I want you to take steps forward. But the way I want you to do it, and the way the lunar energy being in the balsamic lunar phase, the way that that plays out is like, all right, now that I've spent most of the day, even Friday, most of Saturday, in a space where I can really get rid of all the noise and really feel and listen to what's going on in my heart, my soul, what steps I want to take. Now that the moon is in balsamic lunar phase, but in Aries, we have an opportunity. What steps do I need to take to move away from old childhood patterns or old just cycles and patterns? And the Aries energy is action and movement. And so I want us to consider that. That's the energy that we have going on for the 5th, the 6th, and then the moon enters Taurus, and we'll have a new moon on May 7th. Now, so I hope that makes sense. That should make sense. So relax, chill, find a way to decompress so you can really see what the issue is. Then when the moon later in the day on Saturday moves into Aries, we'll be able to start taking some action. Now, the big key point here that I should have probably started with was the eclipse on April 8th was at 19 degrees of Aries. And that is where Mercury is on the 4th and the 5th of May. Mercury has been at this degree. This is the third time now. It was there during the retrograde before the eclipse, just after the eclipse, and now again. So that is important because with Mercury at 19 degrees of Aries, where we had that eclipse on April 8th, and it was a new moon eclipse, this is a major opportunity for you to get the dialogue in your head, because we're in the balsamic lunar phase. When we had the eclipse on April 8th, Mercury was retrograde in Aries. Now it is not. this gives us an opportunity on these 2 days, and we can even squeak it into Monday the 6th, to what steps do I need to take? What do I need to remove from my life that is not working well? And it's going to be words, it's going to be dialogue. It most likely will be like an inner dialogue that we have on ourselves, whatever that is that we know isn't appropriate for you or for me, our own story. Mercury is about the words we tell ourselves, the stories we believe, the information we gather. And again, since it's spent so much time in Aries, a lot of things, a lot of steps we've needed to take where we feel very feisty, we feel angry about something, bringing it to the surface now is such a wonderful way to use this energy right now. And how is it related to the eclipse? Well, the eclipse activated something. It was a new moon solar eclipse. And the new moon back on April 8th, usually at new moons, we set intentions and goals. But if you're like me, I didn't feel a thing on that day because I was just enjoying it because I could actually see it. So I was just enjoying all of that. But energetically, what happened for me? What goals did I set? So nothing specific on that day, but I know where I want to take action. Where do you want to take action? Comment below. I will help. We will work this out together. And this is what I want us to focus on. This is really, it's an important thing. It doesn't get all the big hype. So I'll be surprised if this gets more than a couple hundred views from my faithful followers. Thank you. But if you comment, that helps, the comment and then the dialogue back and forth, that helps move things up the algorithm, by the way. It's not how many views, honestly. But the point I want to make here is spend some time Saturday, Friday, Saturday, try to smooth over some rough edges, try to start finding some wiggle room and some space, whatever that looks like to you. And then when we have that moon in Aries, and as well on both of these days, the 4th and the 5th of May, Mercury at 19 Aries, where we had the solar eclipse on April 8th. I know a lot of dates, but the point is like you get to help. This is help to clear space so you can look at what you wanted to create, what you think your intentions were back on April 8th. Yeah, do this. Take some time because, again, that Aries, Mercury in Aries, it was retrograde, the eclipse point, a lot of inner dialogue happens. And usually it's like we're beating ourselves up about something. Of course, not everybody. You know who you are. And so find the courage to face the fears so you can move forward, so you can let some things go, so we can have some space. So when the next new moon shows up, May 7th, it's in Taurus, you'll have more space to set goals and intentions around what you now value. And again, you get to reference and look back to any new moon goals and any goals and intentions. There you go. That's the word I was hunting for, that you set around the new moon solar eclipse as well. Here, I want to share the screen with you because I want to put up what the chart looks like. Let me come find us. Just so you can see it. It's super important to see. This was the eclipse. I've only got a couple things in it. You can see Mercury was right there. Chiron was right there with it too, Let's pop Chiron back in. Chiron was with this, and Chiron's that wounded healer, and it was at 19 degrees, right smack with that eclipse. And so there's that. But now let me show you here's the chart. Let me redraw. Here's the chart for when Mercury is at 19 degrees of Aries. We're in that balsamic lunar phase, which is about releasing those fears, creating space by letting things go. And how do you let things go? I know you hear that every single month, and it's redundant in a lot of ways, and people don't tell you how to take this. They don't. They just say, oh, just manifest this and release that. And I get it. It is not an easy it's BS when we just keep saying it without giving you any ways of using it. And I just told you how to use it. You look at your words, you look at the dialogue, you look at what you've been telling yourself, and you bring that out so you can see it. And when you do that, it diffuses the energy, it diffuses the fear, or fill in the blank, whatever that is that you're doing that's holding on to something that isn't helping you to move forward. The Aries energy is about courage. Here they are all together. So the inner wheel, let me redraw this. The inner wheel is the new moon solar eclipse on April 8th. And this outer wheel is May 4th. I just picked this time of day because that's exactly when Mercury is at the eclipse point. Chiron is right there too. So that means we have an opportunity on the weekend in May 4th and May 5th, all the way, honestly, until we get to the new moon on May 7th, where we have this wonderful opportunity to take care of ourselves, to forgive ourselves, to write things down, burn it. This is where we're releasing. A lot of the full moon rituals, people are like, write things down and release. Sure. However, this lunar phase, this one of 8, this is the 8th lunar phase. This is the lunar phase where we can really surrender and let go and create more space. Yeah, it's just so, so important for us to feel all of that. Yeah, it really is. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop the share. That's the short. I don't know how I'll make this a YouTube short because 60 seconds is never enough for all of this, because this was really important and I wanted you to have this information because it's coming up. Okay. Please engage wherever you see this. Go ahead and engage in the comment box below and comment, like, and share. And this is going on Patreon first. You guys, this is the deeper work that you get. I know on my YouTube shorts, Instagram shorts, all of that, they're just shorts, but this is the deeper process that we work with over in my Patreon. So if you can financially support me there, that would be helpful too. Blessings, everybody, and namaste.